My name is Alex. I'm the CEO at SushiSwap. I'm going to Miami right now. So we're meeting with Mayor Francis. If you don't know him, he's like one of the most high-profile kind of political figures in the U.S. We're going to be doing a little meet with him. We're going to have a conversation, a sit down.
The city was bankrupt, literally bankrupt.
Right.
We literally were bankrupt. We had $115 million deficit.
Let's go. Let's go.
Really, the next week or two are all focused around our launch on Solana, which is being planned pretty heavily by the team right now. Tomorrow, the mayor's gonna be here at 2:30. We'll have the conversation with him. We'll see what the vibes are. Maybe probably hang out, chat for a little bit, then sit down and talk for a little bit. Coming at 3:30. Presumably, we'll sit down with him and talk also, but maybe he just hangs out. I don't know. We'll see. Monkey Tilt's doing a private, like, VIP high roller event, and they're running like a big poker game. So it's gonna be like 100, 200 blinds poker game. So probably like a 50K buy-in.
It sounds awful.
Or awesome.
It's 50-50 basically.
Either really good or not so good.
Just talking about what I see. It's not opinion based, it's just
quick chat with Adam. I actually used to live with Adam when I used to live in Miami. So I moved in with him, started living with him when I was like 19. He was like one of my first mentors and stuff. So real estate guy, like traditional finance guy. Gotta find something to do because everyone canceled on us. Fucking podcast films. We're just fucking kicking it here.
Should just go get a pump after this.
Yeah, let's go to the gym.
I'm not that good at all, but the reason I wanted to learn how to fight was because I was living in Puerto Rico alone. And just the safety aspect of, I mean, Puerto Rico's obviously, it's not the most dangerous place in the world. It's not the safest place in the world either, you know? But just having the, I guess just the confidence of learning how to defend yourself a little bit, it helped me a lot with just like anxiety of being somewhere alone. Like you're the type of person who's paranoid. You check your house all the time to like make sure it's locked before night times, things like that. Having some confidence around being able to defend yourself in general, it helps a lot with that anxiety. I feel like I wanted to learn. You know, I'm not amazing or anything, but
Mayor Suarez, I first became aware of him in 2020 around COVID. He had a movement called the How Can I Help movement. I saw what he was doing, and it was this moment where Biden was coming into office. You had kind of Gavin Newsom and the sort of the folks in California and the folks in New York with COVID just sort of weaponizing against builders and entrepreneurs. And it was a very, I would say, hostile environment for, you know, just for people who are trying to build things and capitalists, fundamentally. It was a tweet, I think, that started it. How can we build, or how can we bring Silicon Valley to Miami? And Mayor Suarez replied on Twitter, how can I help? He's trying to go out and bring, you know, people who are building awesome stuff to his city and trying to incentivize them to do so and trying to help them and give them a helping hand. So I became aware of him then. I reached out to him, tried to connect with him. Obviously super busy. That was when COVID kind of kicked off. And then I ended up moving to Puerto Rico about 6 months later. So I wasn't in the city, you know, and then he like rocketed to prominence with, you know, he had like stuff with Trump. He was saying a bunch of good things about him. And then he ended up getting close with the Nelk boys, and he did a bunch of podcasts with them, and his public profile became huge. I had his old assistant's phone number from 6 years ago, and I messaged him and I said, hey man, came on at Sushi, yada, 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 would love to chat with the mayor. And he's like, oh, well, I'm not working for the mayor anymore, but let me make a group chat. And then he said he was up to have a conversation. So here we are.
Mayor just got here. Let's go welcome him.
You want to get something cool? Come here. So, when you get a Tesla that's full self-drive, it tells you now what percentage of the time that you drive is on self-drive. What percentage do you think it is for me?
Are you more of a chill, relaxed kind of guy, or more like a...
Let's put it this way: I haven't driven in 16 years.
Okay.
So what percentage do you think
I would
it
say 75 to 80%.
Okay, come here.
That says 90%.
There you go.
I feel that, especially with all the Miami traffic.
That's right.
nice to meet you. Ben, Luke, Alex. Nice to meet you.
first podcast I do. Really, it's being out of office. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, because I my last day was, I want to say, December 17th.
Yes.
So it's like the middle of December.
Yeah.
Then you go into the holidays.
Yeah.
You know, you just start the new year. So yeah, this is the first one I do.
Cool.
Wow, it's very cool. I'm very
Yeah.
involved with
Well,
that.
this is like our first podcast that we're filming. Yeah, we're just mainly like building the company and just documenting sort of our process of building the business. Yeah, just for these like building in public blog type videos, and just like if we could have interesting conversations with.
If you think about it, you've got like the content piece that anybody now can generate, right? Like you have great equipment and all that. You have to pay for that, and
Yeah.
obviously rent the house or whatever. But then everything else is AI,
Yeah.
right? Like everything else is AI.
Yeah.
So there's this intersection
Yeah.
between having good conversations with people and long form information download and upload for people,
Yeah.
and then AI and how that interacts with like querying and like,
Yeah.
you know, being productive and doing things, right?
For like prep and research, all you know what I mean, for stuff, and just I don't know. Yeah. It's
So Tesla now has Grok.
right.
Oh,
really?
Yeah.
In the car.
In the car. So it's good. Elon, it's good, right? Yeah, you talk to it.
Okay.
But it's,
Yeah.
you know, it just started, so I'm not criticizing. They have limited functionality,
Sure.
right? Like full self-drive, which I was showing, is actually very good, Elon. It's amazing. It's like really good. No, it is. So when I got the car, I haven't driven in 16 years. First of all, it has different full self-driving modes. So you know the 4 modes are? No. The slowest one is called sloth, right? And then it's standard, and it's hurry, and then it's Mad Max. Those are the 4 levels. And then and Mad Max is basically a typical Miami driver.
Right. Regenerative braking. You just need one pedal. It's like that one car. It's so crazy.
Just goes way better at the regenerative pedal than mine.
Really?
Yeah, mine is not as aggressive.
Yeah.
When you take your foot off the gas.
I agree.
My wife's like it actually like really slows you down. And my wife has a plat too.
Yeah.
I'm double plat. I don't think there's so many people I don't think there's so many people that are double plat.
Yeah. No.
You know, and I don't know any people that are double plat. So you got a good customer. Plus I have a couple Starlinks.
Yeah, I got Starlink in Puerto Rico. You need it.
I have it in the Bahamas, and I have it in I have it on my boat.
Wow.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's awesome. Because in boats, if you go past 10 or 15 miles offshore,
Right. Yeah.
you have no reception.
It's crazy that every plane doesn't just have it at this point.
You would think, right? Like, so the Qatar Airways guys do it. Some people on private jets have it.
Yeah.
But it's, yeah, you would think it's like no brainer.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Thanks for doing this.
Thanks for
sitting
having
down.
me. This is
Appreciate
cool to
it.
be on one of the first ones or the first one. I was trying to create a narrative that Miami was now the place to be if you wanted to create companies. Like one of the biggest life decisions that anybody's gonna make is where they live.
What do you think about the California billionaire tax?
I think it's absurd. I think
Yeah.
it's insane. I think it's the best thing that happens to Miami. I think almost as good as it's almost as good as Mondami.
The reason that legislation doesn't occur sometimes, or these things don't go through, is because of the lack of incentives.
Real Doge
Yeah.
that I've ever witnessed in government was when I got to City Hall in 2009.
Right.
And the reason why is because the city was bankrupt, literally bankrupt.
Right.
We literally were bankrupt. We had a $115 million deficit in a $600 million budget. You know, many of our countries were taken over by people who,
Right.
you know, they sold their population a bill of goods,
Yeah.
right? Which is, hey, just give me all your property, give me all your businesses, and we'll make everybody equal. And they did. They made everybody equally poor and equally miserable. They succeeded.
A little bit nervy, but good chat. I really enjoyed the conversation, and you know, it's cool. It's a cool opportunity to talk to someone like that because they see the other side of it. You know, they see the political side of just that whole. You know, it's a pretty crazy landscape right now with this stuff. So yeah, it was interesting to talk to him about like incentive stuff. That to me is the most interesting topic. I think it's crazy when you think about like the Saudis, or you think about the Chinese, or you think about all these different folks, right? They give money to and they sort of support the companies in their ecosystem really directly, you know? And the US is sort of just a free-for-all, right? It's like the people who build the best shit, they win. But, you know, it's like depending on who's in office, you either maybe get a little bit of support or you actually get the opposite of support. They try to tear you down. So having the government as a partner is like should be the way that it works that you're building in the US. And if you're a US citizen, you're trying to build shit as a US citizen, it's like it'd be cool to have some backup. A big focus of mine as an entrepreneur, as someone who's building a business, is I look at everything from the perspective of an investor. You're trying to invest the capital into things that are undervalued that will accrue more value. I think a lot about my business in terms of how can I make the best investments possible in people, in the people on our team, building the best team possible, making the business as profitable as possible. And ultimately the goal should be to accumulate as much capital so that you can double down on your position and consolidate your advantage.
Yeah, had a cool little meeting last night. Went and played paddle with a buddy of mine who works for one of the biggest crypto companies in the world that we're trying to do a partnership with. So yeah, it was fun. It's always good to get out there, so had a good time. Yeah, really, like we just did the podcast with the mayor, got food, came back, hacked, worked. Jasper's gonna come by. Looks like this guy came in a car or...
I'm in an Alex McCurry building in public vlog.
Building in public,
Is
bro.
this a building in public? This is the CEO of SushiSwap, guys. The CEO, not the COO, not the CFO. No disrespect to those guys. This is CEO. He controls everything. He moves all the pieces. And I'm here to...
Dude, we should make you the CEO.
That would be really bad. So what's this like? What are you guys doing? I'm gonna ask you a question, and this is a serious question.
Okay.
I don't feel like there's anything that you guys could be doing on your laptops all day. Like, is that true? Like, do you guys really have something to do on this laptop the entire time? Like, what are you...
There's like an unlimited amount of work to do, I would say, for Sushi. I would say my last company, it was not like that at all. But
Yeah, you guys.
there's legal, there's emails, there's partnerships, there's announcements, there's the marketing shit that like we have to coordinate on for the stuff for what we did yesterday. Like
It is pretty crazy that you guys just thrown into the wolves. Like, it was already a lot going on, I'm sure, when you got there, no?
the maintenance level, sustained stuff that you have to do. When I got onboarded to Sushi, I got added to like 300 group chats. You have to be in the chats because if something goes wrong and what happens if people aren't responding, you have to be the last line of defense.
So for the Solana release, and for really any product release, all these different things that we're gonna do, they all need to go out because we can't just do one and expect it to get any attention. We need to just keep putting it in people's faces, and we need to be doing it in different and more creative ways. We have the memes, we have the serious stuff with, we write a thread, we have just the big announcement, we do the video, we do the sit-down video, Twitter algo, right? Like when you have a video attached to something, especially talking head stuff, it just gets so much more retention because it's such a pattern interrupt because there's such little talking head content on X compared to all the other shit that you see. I think Sushi could get to I think we get fees pretty quickly. I think we can do that this year if we can execute. It's like people have to, you gotta have a lot of attention on the product.
They're paying attention now.
All right, we're making a video, come on guys. No, but I think there are a lot of ways that once you start making real fees like that, I do also think a lot of these projects are mismanaged. Some of them are they're making so much money hand over fist that they just don't make that much of an effort to keep consolidating on their advantage, and like keep pressing their advantage. It's like we're just gonna.
Is that a comfortability thing?
I think part of it is like an ethos thing. It's like they think there's confirmation bias when you win. You get this confirmation bias where, we're making, that means that we're brilliant. And it means that we are better than everyone. And it means that we know what we're doing better than everyone. And we're smarter than everyone. And we built a better product than everyone. And the reality is that to get to that level, it's a combination of, yes, you executed at a high level, but you also got incredibly lucky. And your timing was incredibly good. And you had a lot of external forces and variables that lifted your boat. And so, I don't know, I just see the way some of these teams operate, it's not the way I would operate if I was in their position. It's like I see if you're making that much money.
Well, it's the same with hyper successful people who have a home run hit on a business and they try to go into some other venture and just fail because they think that they can just go in and kill the game on everything they touch, you know what I mean?
It's a little bit of that, but it's also, the thing with crypto is it's very the industry is very ideological, right? It's very we are better than traditional finance. we're gonna do things this way, right? And it's almost, some of it is good technology, and some of it is like good and innovative, and some of it is like performative ideology that doesn't actually add value. You need to constantly be in a state where you're like, okay, how can I improve? What can I do to consolidate my position? If I have an advantage, how do I consolidate that advantage and press it? If I'm at a disadvantage, how can I get creative to try to get some momentum? Sometimes maybe it's easier when you're trying to be creative and get momentum because you have less to lose, and maybe some people, you know, maybe there is a level of comfort, I would say, for sure, when you're crushing it.
But that's kind of that's the downside. It's like once you lose that like back to the wall feeling, it's like you start to
yeah. As I said, like people it kind of goes to their heads a little bit, is the sense that I get, because in what other industry can you go from 0 to making 100 million a year in like 12 months, you know, or like 18 months or 2 years even. It's like traditional path is you grind for years, maybe you get to like 1 million, and then maybe you get to like 3 million, and then you just eat fucking nails to get to 10. And then you just don't know how to go from 10 to anything more, because you're like, how do I go past 10? And then you fucking just work and scale and just eat shit and deal with, like, you know, you're just battling basically to get to 30. And then you're just like inching. But this is like, you know, you have these flashes of, it's just an innovative space. I mean, AI is similar, but the difference with AI is it's not financial infrastructure. So it's more so like, oh, they built this thing, and then maybe like the companies get bought out. But with crypto, it's like if you build a product, people are going to use it, and then you're going to be earning fees quick, and then it's all of a sudden you're like, whoa. You know, when you have these meetings and these conversations, like, doesn't necessarily have to have an objective, a concrete objective. Oh, I want to get this out of it, but maybe, you know, when you build good relationships with smart people who are doing interesting things, it pays dividends. So, you want to be on video? You want to be on the vlog?
Yeah.
All right. So the referral program is ready pretty much. It's going to be live in a couple days. So I don't know. I mean,
yeah. Well, we do that also. Basically, what we did as we were like kind of putting together the campaign is we have like an inner circle for our creators.
Yeah.
Which is like a couple thousand of them at this point. And we'll send out basically like an interest form. And then that's how you basically will just like get the, you know, X amount of thing trending on whatever.
We just need people to be like, damn, Sushi's like doing cool shit. Like fucking interview the mayor, go do this meme, get Solana to retweet it, get a bunch of engagement. Like the Starknet thing. Like most people don't realize that the Solana Starknet thing was a marketing activation.
Yes.
But we need to kind of do the same thing. The problem is we don't have enough reach to like do the funny shit because no one is going to pay attention to it.
All right, so wrapping up in Miami, had an epic time with Mayor Suarez, met up with Sam Kiki from Monkey Tilt, had a bunch of really cool conversations with him, had a great time at the poker table with him for his Monkey Tilt event, so that was great. Made some new friends, identified some new opportunities, so gonna be a bunch of interesting stuff that we'll be able to do, I think. So back to Puerto Rico. It's been 24/7 basically, the whole time we've been here, but especially the last couple days, so that's a little bit how Miami can be.
It was pretty work heavy the first 5 days.
I mean, this is work heavy too. Yeah. Like we're talking with Sam about a bunch of stuff we can do with Monkey Tilt from the trading side of things, because he has a really interesting vision about kind of just like unifying and gamifying speculation, which is obviously the business he's in, like on the gambling side of things, but we're more focused on financial products and trading, which has a lot to do with speculation as well. So there's a ton of overlap, and there's a huge amount of opportunity, I think, to work with him. And I think, you know, building relationships with your partners is the most important thing. So, you know, that could look like a wellness retreat, you know, where you do yoga, or it could be a degenerate poker rip of epic proportions. So that's, I don't know. You gotta like the people you're working with too, you know, and you have to have shit to bond over and connect over. Otherwise, like, why do you do, what's the purpose? You know, if you don't have...
people get so many opportunities that like they're not gonna work with just anyone.
Yeah, and it's also good to like see people in different settings. Like you want to work with people you trust. You want to work with people that you like, because at the end of the day, like, you know, what's the point? Obviously, you have to be willing to work with people you don't like to get, you know, maybe to in certain areas to be successful. But people think business is all like ABC, and it's just deals and very like, oh, you could do business with anyone and it's gonna kind of just pan out because you have a contract or something. But in reality, 99% of business in the world runs on, yes, there's contracts, but there's also a lot of handshakes and there's a lot of, hey, there's trust that you're gonna, do right by me and I'm gonna do right by you. And that's the basis of most stuff, which is, you might not think that, especially as deals get bigger and stuff and there's more contracts and there's more structure around it. But at the end of the day, you gotta like working together or it's not gonna work out, basically, so.
Yeah, but ultimately it's just about making Sushi a success. It's about making the company win, grow our user base, make those users happy, make the company win. Ultimately, there's a massive competitive battle happening, like the revolution of finance and trading and all the big players, Robinhood, Coinbase, the decentralized exchanges like Uniswap and Jupiter and Hyperliquid. It's so interesting because what's happening is you have all of the traditional finance businesses, you have the BlackRocks and you have the Fidelities and you have the Morgan Stanleys, and then you have all of the new gen technology financial businesses. There's this consolidation of all of the products and all of the markets into what's gonna eventually be a unified 24/7 global frictionless trading infrastructure. People will be able to trade any asset at any time from anywhere in the world instantly. The integration of like the legacy and the new gen technology is happening right now. And our objective is to be a part of that in the biggest way possible. So yeah, I mean, that's the focus, man.